right, everybody. I have one of my amazing patients here, Ellen, and she had been diagnosed with neuropathy, or she had the symptoms of neuropathy, and no doctors were kind of telling her that there was anything that you could do, right?
Yes, it was just a constant struggle going to the hospital, being scared of what was going on with my body. Nobody was giving me a response. I went to my primary doctor 6 or 7 times consecutively for months. They basically just told me that it was in my head and that there was nothing wrong with me, that they've done all the tests and whatnot, and I've went to the neurologist and everything, and they also couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, and just kind of told me that it was anxiety. But ever since I found Dr. Strong, he kind of explains what the root of that problem was, and I was willing to give it a try because nobody ever believed in me and what I was feeling in my body. And as soon as I started treatment with Dr. Strong, I noticed a significant change in my symptoms. At first, it was significantly changing with my weight. That's something that I struggled with. I lost over 20 pounds in just a short amount of time. And slowly after that, my symptoms started getting better, and I'm still working on it. It's not from one night to another, but it's been really life changing, and I just feel really happy with the results, and I want to keep working on it to make my symptoms get better every day.
And so can you kind of let everybody know, because it's you're very young, and so most people think that neuropathy is just something that old people get, and it gets a little confusing because you're not a diabetic, you haven't had any surgeries, no chemotherapy, radiation, no smoking, drinking, but you were having some digestive issues and some metabolic issues. And I think that that's where the confusing part comes in. So, can you just let everybody know like what you were experiencing that was causing the concern for you?
So it was gradually from a few days to another where I just started feeling tingling and tingliness, some numbness, but not complete numbness where you can't walk or you can't function or you can't move your body parts or what, nothing like that. It was just, I felt like it was under my skin, and I felt like my skin was itself was numb. Um, and yeah, that happened from a few days to another. I before that I did like I was sick several times,
Mm-hmm.
and they put me on several antibiotics. So I know that I could put two and two together and just know that that's where I got it from. Dr. Strong did let me know that taking all those antibiotics messes with the bacteria in your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it happened. It's unfortunate, but I'm glad to have found a doctor that understands my concerns and is able to work with me to get better on my recovery.
Yeah, and so this was kind of affecting your life, like it was affecting just your emotional state, and then it was, you it had affected, I believe, like your work, like you were just concerned about, where's this going to be at in the future? Am I going to be able to continue working and doing those things? I believe that's right, correct? Like that was one of your biggest
Correct.
concerns.
Yeah, it had a huge effect on my emotional state because since I wasn't getting any answers for such a long time, I was almost dealing with it. I was dealing with it for like a year and a half on my own,
Mm,
and it just made me emotionally like I felt hopeless, and I kind of felt crazy and to believe that these doctors were saying it was all in my head. So it had a huge effect on my mental health and also on like functioning sometimes.
right.
Like I would have like muscle tremors and like zapping, not pain, but like a tingling sensation, like electricity almost. And that would really freak me out and stuff. And I would just have to sit down, take a breath, relax until like my muscle tremors would go away, and I would just have to take time. So it did affect my day to day for sure.
Right. And so now, what were the doctors offering you before we started working together? I know that they just said that maybe it's your anxiety, but did did they offer you like any solution for that?
They absolutely did not offer me any permanent solution. They just immediately tried to put me on like medication for things that they didn't even know I had,
Mm,
or not even know I had. I mean, like, didn't even know that would fix the problem, if that makes sense. Like, I had one neurologist tell me, you're having these symptoms because you have extreme migraines, and she put me on like a migraine preventative medication, but that had nothing to do with the symptoms that I was feeling. I had another doctor say, um, that it was because of my anxiety, and they didn't even offer to put me on any anxiety meds. But
right.
I wasn't looking for a band-aid patch. I was looking for, you know, an actual solution to the problem.
Right. And I think one of the coolest things that happened with you is that we had talked and, you had tried some things and maybe you'd lose a few pounds, but I mean, you had like miraculous results with it. Because how much did you lose? It was like 15 or 17 days that you
And
lost.
in 15 days,
Yeah, I believe so.
I think I lost like 7 pounds.
Yeah.
It was like 7 or 8 pounds or something like that. It was like 4 pounds a week.
Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. And so you struggled with that in the past, and so by helping reduce inflammation and helping that gut heal, that's one of the ways that it helps the metabolism and improve that. And so you said now you're about 20, 21 pounds down, right?
Correct, yeah. And I've also seen like a major improvement in my digestion and my sleep
Mm-hmm.
also, which is surprising. And my headaches have gone down. I've suffered with migraines ever since I was a little kid, ever since I was in like elementary school, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
And I would always get them. It would get worse as I would get older, you know. I would get them once or two times a week, and now I could say that I'm only getting them once a month from
Wow.
what I'm seeing with the diet and everything.
Well, that's amazing. And kind of talk about your experience like going through it. So, because it's not the easiest thing to do. So, but did you feel like okay, this is doable? Like anybody could do it?
I feel like if I feel like if you're ready to make that lifestyle change and you're able to, absolutely. But it can be very challenging, especially when you're traveling and stuff. I've
Mm-hmm.
gone on a few trips while I've been in treatment, and it's been, really hard to like stick to what I have to eat. But after a few weeks into the treatment, it gets much easier.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have perfect days. Like after a week or two, like if I'm feeling something sweet, like wanting to eat something sweet, I'll go get like froyo or have a little bit of ice cream or something like that. But I'll never try to just indulge, because once you start seeing the results, I feel like that's what gets you more motivated to keep being on the diet. And by incorporating other foods, once you get more advanced into the treatment, I feel that it's way more sustainable because you have more options, more recipes you could make, and
Right.
it's very cool. It's very
Yeah.
good.
Good, good. And so where you were when you started and where you are now, we're 20, 21 pounds down, a migraine once a month, and we were talking a little bit before, the neuropathy is about 35% better and it's getting better every week. And and so how has that changed your life? Like how has that made a difference for you?
I feel now that since this treatment plan gave me so much hope, I just feel so much happier. I feel so much happier, like just, within my body.
Mhm.
I feel that once I do get 100% better, that lifestyle that I had before is
Mhm.
going to be out the door, and I'm going to be keeping this diet and incorporating into my life. And I do feel happy that I could also help my friends change their diet too.
Mhm.
Like,
Mhm.
when I go out with them, I'll tell them like, "Oh, did you know this is like really inflammatory? My doctor told me not to eat that," and they have no idea how important the connection with your, like, what you're eating and your gut, and what you can get, like diseases and autoimmune diseases
Right.
and stuff like that, from what you eat.
Yeah, exactly. And so now somebody who's watching this, maybe they're, same scenario, maybe they're a very young woman, they've kind of struggled, they're not getting answers from their doctor, and they feel maybe a little bit hopeless. What would you say to your past self, like if you were back to where you were and you were watching this, what would you say to yourself?
I would say this is a hard one.
It's okay. Yeah.
um, to just try it out. I mean, if you've gone to all the doctors, if you've done everything that they've been asking you, and nothing else has worked for you, this wouldn't hurt to try. And if you even don't believe that it'll work, just try to get better, because you never know.
Right.
I wouldn't imagine that I'd be here from. So we started working together in July,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in October. I would have thought that I would feel this much better in such a short amount of time.
Yeah. And how did you find me? Just so everybody knows.
I found Dr. Strong on TikTok.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the algorithm knew what it was doing.
Yeah. And so I think I think that there is some skepticism when you see somebody talking about it, and you're like, is this guy legit or not? And how did you feel about our first interactions together? Like, kind of what gave you that confidence to kind of take that leap?
I felt like I was just scrolling through all your videos to
Mm-hmm.
see like what different people were experiencing, and that really gave me hope to like just at least have a consult to see if you
Yeah.
Dr. Strong knew what was going on with me. So
Well, thank you for sharing that. And
of course.
it's been really great working with you. And I'm so happy that you're feeling better and that we've got you feeling better and you have hope. And or I look forward to continuing our relationship and to keep getting you even more better.
Thank you.
All right, perfect.